Alright, you guys, want to do a little bit of up the speed here on this 93 coupe. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this video. But yeah, man, you guys, I'm telling you, that this 93 coupe, I'm really excited about it. I wanted to do this video to give you guys an idea of, and up the speed on the process of this car. So I'm going to show you some clips that was and some pictures that was taken when I first bought the car, and the process all the way through up until now. Because like I said, I've only started this channel 2.5 months ago, so you guys missed out on, a year of, I guess, work on the car, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and go through some pictures, and and also I want to tell you, what's going to be going on with the channel, the cars, and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and run through these pictures, and I'll probably be flapping my mouth while we're doing it. Alright, you guys, so here's the 93 LX 505 speed Notch. True reef blue car, like I said before. And I want to do this video also for some of the newer supporters that joined the channel. So, and I really want to give you guys a rundown of what's been going on with this car up until now. So this was probably maybe the first week when I bought the car. That first week I bought the car. Really good shape, really. There was a couple issues on the car that kind of surprised me. Of course, when you tear down a car, you really don't know what's wrong with it, right? So I already knew the floor needed repair on it when I bought the car. So here's another shot. This is the car when it came to the original shop. Like I said, the guy that has the car still, he's got another shop somewhere else. It's actually nicer, so... But this is a clip here of the car. Started blowing the car apart, as you can see. The trunk lid, the bumpers, everything came off the car. Quarters, doors, hood, front bumper, rear bumper. Everything came off this car when to get redone. So now, as you can see, started the sanding process on the car and shit like that. As you can see, it has some nice weld wheels on it, which I don't have those wheels anymore, you guys. I kind of kicked myself in the ass for selling them. I should have kept them, because those were pretty cool weld wheels on that car. But this was the start of the sanding, He eventually did take the front fenders off, too. Here's another shot. As you can see, the car did have a supercharger on the car when I first bought it. I don't have the supercharger no more. I decided to go ahead and not use it, so I sold it. And but I do have plans maybe in the future of buying another supercharger. We'll see. Now, as you can see, this was the only main issue with this car. It did not stop me from buying this car, because these Notchback true 505 speed notches are hard to find, especially in certain colors. So this was a true reef blue 505 speed notch, so this did not stop me from buying the car. And of course, you guys know, if you're familiar with these cars, you can buy the floors. You can buy a whole floor as a one piece, or you can buy a half or a half. I chose to buy just the half. The rest of the floor was solid, so I just chose to buy the right side, and then just have him replace that little section only. I didn't want him to replace the whole side, because I wanted to keep as much of the original floor as possible, which he did a good job, cutting it out and putting that in. So he did a real good job on that. So I did buy a new trunk lid for the car, as you can see. So I bought a new trunk lid and a new fender, and replace that section of the floor on the car. So that was the only body parts that I bought new for the car. The rest of the car was good because I didn't want no rust on this car. I wanted everything to be replaced with metal. The trunk lid was pretty good. It just had a few spots in it. I didn't want him to put a lot of filler in it, so I just bought a new trunk lid. So here it is. You know, he's starting to block stuff down, get the body straight on it, shit like that. We did pull the rear end. Like I said, we pulled everything out of this car. We blew the whole car apart. Rear end, transmission, motor, interior, everything to do this car. Now here it is. After he got it blocked and sanded, he primered it. So this is in primer. Now this is the first time, the first round when he painted the car, and then it ended up not turning out good. And that's why he had to redo the whole paint job. So this was the first round of when he painted the car. So here's the motor. The original motor and trains that we pulled from the car. Of course, I don't have this motor anymore. I did keep the transmission, believe it or not, but the motor is gone. Didn't use it. So now here's the engine bay after we pulled the motor. Actually, it's in really nice shape, solid. Now, as you can see, the right strut tower did need repaired, so I went ahead and cut that out and put a plate in there. That was the only bad part of the car, was that strut tower and then that small little section of the floor. So that was it. But other than that, the car was solid. So, you know, I think it was a pretty solid car overall. Here he just started painting all the jams and stuff on the car. Started painting all the jams to the car before he put it together so he can paint the whole outside of it all in one shot. So here's the engine bay. It's looking good, you know. You see the plates, there's a plate where the strut is. I told him I wanted a good beefy plate there, so that's what we did. I didn't care what that looked like. I just wanted it cut out and replaced. So he started, you know, priming and painting in there. It's all looking good. He painted everything, you know, radiator support and all. You know, I want it all cleaned up and painted. The original reef blue. Of course, he done, you know, the back half too. You know, the whole back of the car and the trunk jams and all that. So this is after he jammed the car and put the car back together. As you can see, I think it's I'm gonna have to say a 4-inch cowl hood on it. So that, of course, that's an aftermarket hood. You know, it's not the original one. And it looks pretty good on these cars. You know, these little cowl hoods, if you go 6 inches, that's too tall on these cars. 6-inch cowls are too tall. But the 4 inches look pretty good. That's what's on this. It's actually a Cervini hood is what's on this car. So this is after he went ahead and blocked and primered it. Did all the jams and threw it together, and he was getting ready to shoot the paint. So it's, you know, it's looking good, you know, starting to, you know, get everything prepped for paint on here. So even the bumpers, front and rear bumpers. So this is after he shot the car. It actually looked pretty good, but we could see little fish eyes throughout the car. And there was one little spot where the paint was just not sticking to the car. So I was not happy with it. And he knew it didn't turn out good either. So, you know, I told him, hey, we need to get this car redone. And he agreed. So he went ahead and, like I said before, he had to tear the car back down, resand everything down, and repainted it. So that's what he had to do. Now this is the motor that's going down in the car. Some of you guys already know about this motor. I've done a video on this 306. Like I said, I'm just keeping you guys trying to get you guys up to speed on the whole process up until now before the car comes and we start the build. For some of you guys that don't know, this is the 306 I built for that 93 notch. We're going to go over it. It's aluminum heads, 170cc aluminum heads, SVE. It's got forged, I think it's SRP pistons and rods. Bored over 30, of course, so it's a 306. Got forged pistons and rods by SRP. I got the paperwork, I can't remember, but I can't remember, my mind's shot. So Edelbrock upper and lower intake. It's got the trick flow valve covers on it. I'll eventually switch those out, but I'm going to probably keep those on there for now. It's got some nice chrome shorty headers. I bought those from LMR. You know, I really don't care about the header. A header's a header to me. So, but everything turned out nice. You know, that Edelbrock upper and lower performer intake's really nice. I really like those intakes on these cars. Like I said before on some of these videos, this is a 1995 GT block. So this come out of a 95 GT. So you can tell by the water pump configuration that it's not a 93 or earlier motor. It's a 95 50. So of course I had to, you know, source out the brackets for this motor, and I'm gonna have to get the pulleys and all that stuff. So alright, you guys, here it is. This is the second round, right? So we seen the issues with the paint job. He went ahead and sanded the whole car down, repainted it, reprimered the car, and this is what you see right here. It looks a lot better than what it was. Here's the saline wheels that I'm going to put on the car. He's already got them on. Probably so he can roll it out of there, and probably cutting and buffing it right now. So, like I said, I ain't got that car yet, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to be patient. So it looks like he's doing a good job. So I can't get too crazy on him right now. The bumper turned out good. As you can tell, I went with black trim on this car. Now, I know it's a 93. I know back in 93, man, it didn't have the black trim on it, right? But I like the black trim. It kind of separates the main color to the car. So, and I like that look. You know, that I think it was from 90 and earlier, you had the black trim on these cars. So, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put black trim on my 93 Notch. So that's what we did. As you can see, it looks good. You know, you can't really go wrong with the black trim on this car, on these cars. The Reef Blue with the black, I think it's sick. I think it looks good. So that's what I wanted to do, you guys. Just do it that way. But like I said, I think it looks really good, and that's what I'm going to go with. And then there's the car. We're back to the beginning on the clips. That's the car when I first bought it. So alright, you guys, that's it on the clips, the pictures of, you know, the process on the car so far. Like I said, he's cutting and buffing it right now, and after he's done with that, I'm going to go look at it, make sure I'm happy with it, and then we're going to bring the car back and start the build. But I wanted to do this video to kind of get you guys up to speed on from when I first bought the car to right now. So I'm excited about it, you guys. I'm telling you, it's a good car, man. I love these Reef Blue notches. You know, true 505 speed. Really excited about it. So when this car gets here, then shortly after, I'm not really for sure the time, the 1990 Notch is going to go get the body and paint done on it. And I'm going to go ahead and repaint it the true light titanium color like it is right now. So that's kind of what's going to be going on. I'm going to get that 93. I'm going to start the build. I'll probably do some videos in between the, different videos in between the build. And that other Notch is going to go out for paint. We probably won't see that little girl for a while. You know, so that's just the way it's going to be for right now. Of course, the Cobra, I'm leaving it. But the other two cars are pretty much good. I don't really need to mess with them right now because I'm working on, you know, working on these other two. So the other two is good for now. Down the road, we'll do some videos, do some stuff with those cars. I might, you know, do something with them in some videos. I'm not sure yet, you guys. But that's it, you guys. That's the update on everything. Wanted to get you to speed on the 93, let you know what's going to be happening from here forward. I'm waiting on the 93, so it might be, I don't know, you guys. I'm going to try to wait to do the next video, and that I'm hoping the next video is going to be on that car. So just, you know, just watch out for it, you know. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button. That's all I ask. Hit the like button. You know, it don't matter if you want to subscribe. But that's it, you guys. And we'll see you on the next video.